Hey, what's up? This is McTow Gamer coming back with another build video for Elder Scrolls Online. Coming back with a stamDK. So this is actually my old stamDK build. Kind of worked out to be a little bit stronger. For those who like playing stamDK, we are Redguard. It's been Redguard for a long time. It's very old. Been playing this since the alpha. Did a lot of the betas for Elder Scrolls. So we are a Red Guard. Like I said, we are a DK. All points into Stam. We're using the Warrior. Of course, this is in Cyrodiil. You can see the stats right here. This is a no CP build. 23k health, just shy 14k Magicka, almost 28k Stam, 771 Magicka Hurry. This is with a tripod. These are with tripods. Stam recovery with a tripod, and that is also after a kill. We are running 2H. Weapon damage, that is just with a glyph. That's with a major minor. stamDK gets both major and minor weapon damage buff. So this is just with a with the berserker glyph, and we're looking at 20 spell, 29 critical, and we're like 16.5. We are running medium, 1000 crit resist. That's more than enough. 16%. Don't need more than that in battlegrounds. So we're going into the gear. So this is optional if you like running. You can run Bloodspawn. Bloodspawn works really good. The reason for this particular build, we're running Tavas. We're running medium Tavas. Tavas is fantastic for stamDK. Got nerfed for Magicka DK when they changed how evasion worked, but works really good. For stamDK, I highly recommend Tavas. Gives you max health, recovery, and then when you roll dodge, you gain basically 3 ult every second for 3 seconds. So it gives you 9 ultimate. And we're pairing that with Witchman's. Witchman gives you stam recovery, weapon damage, and max health. So we gain 2 max health bonuses, which is good because we want to sit. Especially, stamDK has no mobility. So I run this 2 different ways. This particular one here on the sheet that I'm showing you is with a sword and bow on the back bar to proc your glyph, infused. We are full weapon damage. We kept the robust. I don't like to sit too low. Typically I like to sit at 30k in no CP. 27, 28k works just fine. Of course, this is gold. I always gold out my gear just because I like it. Not that difficult to gold out your gear. So like I said, we are running 5 Witchmans, 5 of Tavas. Works really good. You gain a shit ton of ultimate. You're able to put out a lot of ultimates, which is huge amounts of sustain. On top of that, the reason we're using Witchmans is for the 5-piece. It gives you health and stamina based on how much ultimate you use. So if you're using a 150 or a 200 ultimate, you'll gain quite a bit of return. And that's just to keep our health pools high. This is you're not holding your ult. As soon as your ult is available, boom, use it. Don't waste. Don't worry about because you'll get it back. You get it back in like 15-20 seconds at most with this build. The reason I like Tavas is because you can control it. Don't have to worry about sprinting or holding block and losing your regen. Regen is still good. Regen after a kill 1600, you don't need more than that. I mean, this is a lot for me on a stamDK, especially if you're running with Tavas and Bloodspawn. That's a shit ton of ultimate. You are literally just popping ultimates one after the other, and all your pools are just being replaced. So because we're running Tavas, because we're running Bloodspawn, because we gain also the regular heroism, right? 3 per tick. We are running decisive. Decisive works best. I only recommend running a decisive on a 2H. Of course, infused on the back bar. So basically, the way this works is every tick of ultimate, you have a 40% chance to gain 1 more ultimate. So when your regular ult gen ticks, when your Tavas ticks, when you gain a Bloodspawn tick, when you gain a ult from a kill, and of course every time you use Fragment and Shield, you have a chance to gain 1 ultimate. And so basically, since we have all these ticks, we basically have at least 6, right? Because we gain 1 tick from your regular ult gen, you gain another tick from the tick from Tava. Of course, this is every second, so you end up getting so many ticks of ultimate that you end up within a 20. Was it? I think I calculated it down to about 24 seconds. You gain almost an extra 30 ultimate between everything, all the ult ticks that we have. So it depends on how you want to run it. You could either run it like this. And so these are the abilities. I am using Critical Rush, Wrecking Blow, almost 12k and no CP. We are running Rally because we are medium, and we're going to be dodge rolling a lot, which is why you're able to, because you have good regen, you have a lot of ult gen. You're going to be we're using Noxious for the debuff, Flames of Oblivion for the dot, as well as having both the major prophecies. I love Berserker's Rage with the nerf to how roll dodge used to work, and as well as the nerf to shuffle and all forms of major evasion. So Berserker lands very often. You used to miss before because of shuffle, but because of the nerf to shuffle, it lands all the time. You still have to be a little careful, just like every ult. I mean, shit, even sometimes my leap misses. I'm sure if you played stamDK, I'm sure you've had your leap, get dodged when it's not supposed to be dodged. It rarely happens. I shouldn't say it rarely happens. It can happen quite a bit, but in any event. So for this particular build that I'm showcasing here, you can run bow in the back bar. Like I said, bow with an infused weapon enchant on the back, vigor on the back with fragmented for the major mending, as well as the stam return. This is a flex spot primarily for the minor vitality. And then, of course, volatile armor. You can run wings if you want wings in the back bar. Whatever it is, you can run. What's it called? Swipe. The Burning Embers. Burning Embers got actually, excuse me, not Burning Embers. Venomous Claw. Almost 13k tooltip. But I like this build. Not a lot of people run 2H Dizzy Swing. It is a bit difficult. Still works really well. You still have the high burst, the risk reward, which is what I like. I don't really like proc sets. I don't play with proc sets. I don't play with procs in any of my builds. The only thing that I might use will be a blood spawn, but usually every build that I release is a pure stat build. So I might use like one Kina, one Dama House, purely for the stats. I don't like procs, so I don't wear them. I hate them. I hate proc sets. I don't recommend. I don't know what it is. Magma Shell is still broken. Sometimes I'll pop it, and my HP is just ticking down, and I'm like, I'm not supposed to be taking so much damage. So whatever you want to use in the back bar, on live. Let's switch over to live. On live, I actually run it as a sword and shield. My food dropped. On live, I run it with a 2H sword and shield, and so I gain the advantage of heroic slash. I am messing around with reflective plate because I dodge roll a lot. I really don't need reflective plate, although it does come in handy, particularly for spectral bow and firewheel. And then because corrosive, it fails so often. Like I'll pop corrosive and I'm still taking like base damage. I'm not getting the damage reduction. I don't know what it is. So I actually started using spell wall. Spell wall works really, really well. I like it. So yeah, basically the same. I kind of mess around with either take flight, what I'm in the mood for. You can, if you really want to push out more weapon damage, you can run Dawnbreaker if you like Dawnbreaker. I particularly am more of a fan of the 2H ult, which I'm leveling up, and it's primarily because if you don't secure the kill, and for this reason also is that I don't wait and use it as an execute, Because of the last part there, you are immune to disabling effects, snares, and immobilizations, as well as gaining, the extra resistance. It makes you really tanky. So this kind of makes up for not having corrosive. It bypasses, their resistance, but it's mostly for that immunity. Like there's so many snares, constant CCs, especially in battlegrounds. I really like that immunity. The immunity goes a long way. So if I have multiple opponents on me, boom, I'll just pop Berserker. So I can't be stunned, I can't be snared, I can't be rooted, and this allows me to stay a little mobile with Dizzy Swing. It's hard enough to land as it is, so this really helps, especially like if you're about to secure a kill and maybe you don't get a crit on Berserker and you pop your roll and then someone CCs you, and it's like that split second that you eat that CC, like they're able to get a heal off, a shield off, resto walled. So that's why I use Berserker's Rage, because of the immunity. I highly, highly recommend it. Pay attention to how you use it. The reason being is because, of course, if you CC somebody, I don't use it. It depends when I use it. If I catch someone with a Dizzy, I'll use it. I don't like it post fossilize, because the moment you fossilize somebody, they break free and then they roll dodge. So if you're not really quick to hit it, like instantly as soon as you CC them, but I usually like to wait and come in with a heavy attack to get the follow-up extra 10% damage. So just pay attention to how you use it, but it's really good. As soon as it's up, I use it, because I gain my ultimate so fast because of using Tavas, and of course I'm using Heroic, Igneous, regular old Chen, and then on this build I'm actually running one Bloodspawn, one Kina. I don't have as much weapon damage on live because I'm testing this build out, so I'm at 31, 40, 49, and that's without a proc, without the weapon glyph. And then on live I'm actually liking the extra magic regen, so I went with the Atro. Still red guard, still same build, still running Tri-Stat food. This one I'm using also decisive on the back bar. My old build was sword and shield front bar, so I was just weaving with heroic, and then I switched over to Dizzy. Was like my 2H was my buff bar, but I switched over to medium. I was running this before in heavy. You can run this setup in heavy. If you're gonna run it in heavy, you run 4 pieces of well fitted. I have, this is my old medium, so I would recommend running it in. If you're gonna run it in a heavy, run at least 4 well fitted to simulate having medium armor, dodge roll reduction, as well as the reduction to sprint. But I like it in medium. I really wanted to play a medium build. It works out really well. It's very strong. So going back over to, let's go over here. Excuse me. There we go. Let's transition this back over. So yeah, like I said, on this build, I am running a bit more damage as well as the Warrior Mundus, and so that's why weapon damage is sitting at 4218, and that's just with the Berserker glyph. If you run this with what's it called? Oh my god, like forgetting. If you run this with Flawless, I like Flawless because I don't need the CC. I'll just use the CC from Dizzy, and then that puts you at 4450. So it's entirely up to you. You can toss in a rearming trap if you don't like Flames of Oblivion, and that'll push you probably like to 46, and still maintain really good. Like I said, this is medium. You can roll dodge quite a bit. You gain the damage reduction just from avoiding a lot of abilities through roll dodge, and then of course you benefit from having Tavas. So it's up to you. You can run this sword and bow the way I have it right here, or you can run it the way I have it on live with 2H, and then back bar is sword and shield for heroic and alt, shield alt. Feel free to like, comment, and subscribe. I am putting out, I got a couple more builds that I actually haven't released. I was actually, if you've watched me on Twitch, I do stream on Twitch at mirkmire. Link will be up in the description. I should say down in the description. I was actually playing some hybrid Sork with even more weapon and spell damage in this build. That build is a 5500 weapon and spell damage build with like just shy of 30k stam. I think I'm at like 16k magic, 24k 24k HP. Really good build, really strong. It's also another medium dizzy build, dizzy swing, with a lot of other magic abilities for damage. But I'll be streaming that one for the next couple of days. I am fine-tuning it and tweaking the builds and trying to get the most out of it. It is difficult if you play in medium, because you just take so much damage. But I'm loving it. I'm loving the burst from running medium. I'm sure a lot of you guys are looking for a medium build. This is a really good with sustain, as well as pretty good damage. I think 40, you can push it to, was it 40, 42, 4400, 4600, depending upon how comfortable you feel with your ability to dodge rolls and LOS. But feel free to check me out. I'll post the link in the description for my Twitch channel. I do stream probably like 3 times a week. But for being busy, I'm just gonna put out some clips. I will put out some gameplay from a couple of battlegrounds that I did on this build, and then I'll post some clips from the hybrid Sork. I do have a lot of hybrid builds. I run hybrid Sork, hybrid DK. I've been running hybrid DK for almost a year now, and then also hybrid Templar works out really well. I do also have a hybrid Nightblade, but that's more for utility, as a utility tank. Works out really well. But anyways, this video is long enough, so I'll get back to you with some other content. Feel free to toss me a like, subscribe if you're looking for more content, and of course check me out on Twitch at mirkmire, and I'll see you around. Thanks for watching. Take care. God bless. Thanks for watching. Feel free to like, comment, and subscribe.